yenim wapedi enyina yadi wiase rebrew wabubu anu debia fie ni amana manson sam Globe TV yati semferama ya muhiya yesumbunti ye obabia Globe TV yenim wapedi enyina yadi wiase rebrew wabubu anu debia fie ni amana manson sam Globe TV yenim wapedi enyina yadi wiase rebrew baby I wish be Globe TV, bringing the world to you.
Globe TV, bringing the world to you.
Nipana bono krena Bese mikumya na sheye muma I promise everybody adosu Yedi ye Yesa ye kei Yese ma ye kei Brabe hena konto koni Jama Nada u Yeah Nipana fono krana Bese mikumya na sheye muma I promise everybody adosu Yeah, mi rawo That is me mi rawo Brabe hena konto koni Yeah Masem yeah No question nipa na mpenika Ye wani tua na okwa mu po wayin tumuda Aba onya memra na fe ya twatwene na ya dane ye ni so nyansafo na ye ebu nipa ye ni mani wo ye ni mfere ye ye fe ni die ye die wo nti ato seye obedi obi hu adanse kumu anya nipa ni mfeva teche madene bosha hodoso ni nyina onteda onya me achi difo no pro ne mane ye ya efise wo nyina nim se da chi obebu akonta enso trust sem na so kwache ni nika ni ebubu so ni anonte oyo jiji sika se nyame ma Peter Achede was I here the check one. Tiba the ten national manager consultation number. Yesu Christo bako, Draco Prono bako. About it just getting the more that be where the differ. When we are minipa, prayer be deeper. And the Debbie I can carry when him trenya me sompa. Challenge, it's not funny anymore. No, some other believers even declare holy war. But I beg challenge, tell me what be holy about this war. And then nipa moja na Debbie I what more? Ani brana se yakuma Nipana fono brana Bese mikumya na se yemuma I promise everybody adosu Yeah Yes, my benyansa fonya na montete ni esumano Baba so bo ma de se nu nemum ye de fatano ene wo sabe ko wa no edade o na fa no amanyo se mi aduma mu podi nyina ye kanana no kanana ye de afo Ewiasi ben podi ani brana se yakoma ni bana fono krana bese minkumya na se yemuma I promise everybody adosu ye Yesa ye kei Yese ma ye kei Brabe hena konto koni Jama Nada u Yeah Eni brana se yakuma Nipa na fono brana Bese mikumya na se yemuma I promise everybody adosu Yeah, mi rawo That is me
Akwaba, I Globe TV brasso, sir, ye de ganati, a bro. Dready about saying Yawada, and you ran a feed and you rebia, and you brace a brasso, Medidi KOFI ASAMOAH ANING Yamishrao, sir, Waji drop now for me. Na and you ray, Kakra, Trediampo, Yankopon, or the Adomiano, you know, Babeche, some of who is here, Sieka, and a brassing, say Yeka, Ghana, wagon drain. In fact, you is socio political, anything about Ghana, you know. Anything about our country, and you may be home common in some hodwa, a chagu a mountain, so no pay Becaya, Mekaka, when some who do be in Yamahodwa, a cost ye di home common, and pay. Now, may crata hodwa by no, Edia Manebo, Bibre, Enam, and in Semper to ye name, Bibre or Honoma, na Ebia what a paying, be on the soa, na Ebia winning now, so aha, Edia Chechimo, ma ote asye, and you may, yes, in Kunya, Obama so, in some hodwa here, see a becano. Ye babeka me ka say Jeffers P capsules and Jeffers mixture and they so mu ne de dwumadi abrewo baby otemenka anwumre bia de pebito adwama so ebu baby eton bi draw Ghana ha bia no Jeffers P capsules and Jeffers mixture ewo ho capsules ne topaye and afia mixture no eye nsuo de tie de say emma wodi pua kekaye ene babaso adedere mo na wuhunu de wonya wo hu si wo no ama ofichiko aye problem bosome so a na yensem bosome bia be so a na wadwenhwe adoso because odwen say obi abete wonka adwumre dwumadi so na make out say Jeffers P capsules and Jeffers mixture baby biara e also to bi no e bi ho kofi bi to na hwese de niema e be si akwa ma ofichiko no bosome so a ntoantoa na yi no on say yi clot nkete ana akese bia moja no e bako ana se amako mpo na ebia na ebetum eba bebre eba kakra bi ana bia eba 1 day 2 days na twa so no wayase betimi ahwe saa aje ye bia to wayase umu ade kro asaje bi na woyem wa wotwa ni mu niema nkoye ho nsu betimi gu basa hu se nka ba wo hu se wase kwan no tra na tre nyesa na twedi ampo nyankopon bo wo nyesa na opeso ye no nanso so bibi attachment e na eba na sa nwumre yi mekawo na makawo se kwa dwaman so bia to obidro bia no ukwa also pe GIFAS 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 bacho tieniye dini de ya na hia me pa GIFAS GIFAS shanenso memma duro fufuo bia din ukwa also pe GIFAS what you say sir aha ukwa also pe GIFAS adupa na etu odepua adupa na etu kekaye adupa na etu babaso adupa na emo ba yo ba obasima bibia kama emo natural scent na yi odo afiri ho aduro na eba ya emamfa you know hygiene wash bia nhoro ma se biem no sado na meka ho asebetro no aduro na eba ya emamma bia na nkaboso so a otiam sa yese ni dan ya ba e de yese bibi dan ya se yese body e na de ben yese ye fie de sa na tie e na yato na du babaso yo de fie de e ze wo no madura enko mpacho GIFAS breaking all protocols pebi nom na hwade bema o mema yo e wo fom bema o yire ebo yafu wan hweye krachi bi akenkan wafu mama wo moni na ho GIFAS P capsules GIFAS mixture ebeboa wo na manie magina akose de o sekono de tie de se obema wo low sperm count wuntimi nyinsen wo ba wo mobo na so na GIFAS nti mobro yere to atwa eboa ama nkwamwa na awuo no asenya konyane wonom ebia na bi wo mu so esua nsori ba bebre bet mu mwa no ya na esua entimi nyinsen wo ba GIFAS P capsules and mixture kwakwa ne manyina ma afi wotimi nyinsen wo ba no na wawo na wato wo friend is ampa me so ma wo anwumere yi ba bi to bidro bia bi ho drugstore bia mu GIFAS P capsules GIFAS mixture e bi ho baby to bema na ye bema mu ebe more general well-being wo be den wo si adwuma bia so na so wo adwuma saa sika ba botom afi wo no wokafo hia kama bema wo kwa nsugu wo bema mu brobi sisi ano na ano atena pepepe na yekro mpacho enei ye soso biem GIFAS ne bonya den bebe eton bidro bia ne drugstore sahodo mu no ukwa wo so pe GIFAS dini die hia me papa GIFAS men ko badu fufu bi a odwen se di ni se GIFAS me se GIFAS bibi to me nom bi me di ho adanse me mene bi me nom mixture bi So say baby me a nice man me cover Chifa speak capsules and mixture ebo me at brain. Did me the bro. Me the coffee Asamoah Anning. On behalf of my crew and Thursday, welcome. Ganeti anwumre nsem ho a wose yedi ho nkomo na ya wie ne saro na me ka wo sa anwumre nsem ho do wose yedi ho nkomo no edoso ye be kan ina mako kopim se berebe so na ya bo asem na furu so na afi ya sore but when me say ye nsika asem no akoye nsem bebre Ghana ye gina akono anei bosia e na ye gie ene ye wo hebe bia sika asem no akodu no ne bebia Ghana ya bosia akodu abusa ho se ene ye ma yiko ene se o man bi ase koba ne se wudidi amanone chen wukuru mu a onya problem nsema hodo ho adwumre ye beka financial difficulties ye beka ho asem enra me da mane bobi ball roads and highways minister e beka nsem bi se Ghana for to ya levy ene ye hwe ne ye support to levy a anka nye ne se nei ye sika mfa nyi akwan a ne ma agent strip basa no na manfo se wutimi beka revenue ho asem I want some anwumre ye bedi ho nkomo levy failure was a ka ho na me ntimi nya akwan yentimi enya sika mfa nye akwan ne niam ahodo a e wo se ye de ye o ka ho nsem afi amanfo aka review of the free SHS last time ye di ho nkomo ha but nra nkrata na ba ye bi na na dokora ne no pay nkrata ne bi so ho ama ne bobae ebe ka se na do se ehia se educational system no ina beto ato adwene de betimi aye ne de aboa aban the expenditure ka ye bo ho no de betimi de aye ne na ya boa ye ho ya ma enwo besua agina yi anwumre yi ye bedi ho nkomo na wona esi nkonwa na odeme edi nkomo no Al Hassan Isa Baluka oye bono East Regional Communication Team member NDC o menchen enafe Joseph Nanga ono so MPP former youth organizer Kentampo North adwumre wakame ho a yebedi nkomo na mentwa me homra na me ba yetwa so
Hello, your friend is of Mamina and Hayford. Me yen century, Messiah actress, and then you ma who do pee keka and na me juma dainty. Ma po me den hu hia me papa na se bad ma po me den hu dia and one Jifax mixture. Bonje Jifax mixture nti me ti me gina pabo atenten so. Just say Jifax mama your best mu ankasa. Me nia be ma Ebama wusu wa ye be mama pa. Say ti ameji Jifax mixture tumpre kopani say. Edro no ho te ye de afa abefu nimdie kwan so. Eni fidie won wosuom e na ye ne frinchem kroje. Ye no nti ma ye resade enu wane Jifax mixture. Na momitie enye ma penfo oba a o ma akwala no fo ana akwala onyanya emfie dumienu.
FDA ahwehwe sa edwadie nkrato yi mu agye atum se eye
Jifax mixture pa.
Hello.
Okay, yasaba anwumre ya send messages breme kopim se no kono bebo de anwumre yi yesia ebedi nkomo 054527 6046 054527 6046 ni nkomo anwumre 0545276046 ebedi nkomo na anwumre nsama hodo hodom during the week Nanado Kasai or say Ghana for Nyangopo assessor no na Ghana mampanyin yesanka the atoto to ye COVID-19 by Russia-Ukraine war. Then Yama hold one banner via Sisika na Jagono. Come to Musabugumuti, come to Jadun, come Bob and Chendevia. And this is for Sapo. Dear we. Where there's an incarnate can one no. I don't want some now tree a besson coye. And no, or the Pa FM. Sante Traditional Council near Tumu. Yankopon Chade. And National Media Commission and penny for the Dean Comba Fidi, we are say, no, you buy no in a puffo, as ya bar, also fidia or ye juma e da twedi ampo nyame ase media freedom croford di won komo na wotwe nsema hodo ba ye adopa nsem bebe pepe ya Dr. Kobra do for to be the man yewura Johnson esedu nketia no se esedu nketia bo na kutia nsema hodo kanka no kutia bo nti oni problem odo NDC di obeye bia no obeye di amama nyoko no afa ne ntoma pefra e so na wotwe ho nsem be ba ye nsem de bebre yewura John Dramani Mahama be kan bi obeka say judges omayom ho unanimous FC ena 7-0 ena 9-0 mo betena ho sa na amanfo de mrahye mo nsem no mba bede nyambra nsem o Ghana ha na amanfo sa aferi John Dramani Mahama ne kasa anye ohweye ebinu so se de waka no waka because kanda pa krompo aka na otwe ho nsem baaye nsem de doso ye mo nyina afangu ya bayi ne ebedi nkomo ne ma hodo a o se di nkomo e ya ba me pesa ohwe video yi you just watch this video and I'll get back to you.
The e-levy, which was introduced by the government, was initially expected to rake in 6.9 billion Ghana cedis by the end of 2022, of which it was revised to 4.5 billion cedis. Meanwhile, according to information from the ministry's provisional data span, in the first and second quarters of 2022, it has collected some 92.7 billion Ghana cedis. The data indicated that the government raked in less than 7% of its target. The levy, and necessary for the continuity and sustained tax measure, more roads would have been fixed across the country.
Government is on record, and persons were being asked to my predecessor minister. I was in Parliament, Honorable Fuseni, was faced with this challenge, and I know how questions were being thrown at him. So it's a challenge that all of us must come together and call upon our people to address. That is why we must be prepared as a country, to pay taxes and contribute to infrastructure, so that if we pay taxes like the e-levy which was introduced, if it's supported, one of the key areas for the e-levy was the road sector. So if it had been, for instance, supported and we could have, it could have helped. You understand? It's on record.
But I say, you didn't come out in some kind of somebody. Say Ghana force and carry support to e-levy. And Kahe, in some baby on man came back. Kaya crime baby in Kaufina got a team pure of fear or no. Society make you for Kaya. Papa is really a Ghana hard on your kind budget. Ya approve budget and also no. To twem on to me. Speak as a quasi. Kona could be a day na dinner we are no. And from the question was da. Don't be waka. Be a Jimmy. Be a Jimmy Foucault. Ampa. Jiffas speak capsules and make sure you rain. O cry more. Yasinko ya Al Hassan Issa Baluka. Bono is regional communication team member. Afinjapa. Good. Come on, that's okay. It is a wedding. Oh, man, wedding. I'm here programs are no pana. I'm to Mr. Hondi. Energy no ho. I am Miss. Men no Jiffas no rough. Na Hondi I was saying sanu. Men say, hey. Hondi at the other tapiano. Doctor Piaget don't go here. Oh, doctor. Oh, me chair doctor. Doctor, I was a me some no say me say no. Oh, David, yes I will say I say always say adwuma but Ahondi yes saying. Ahondi what a tattoo no. And oh, doctor, me chair doctor you will be doctor dim kunim kra no. Yenhia enti minim say nyamenka no ho. Ma hu say improvement is so ba. Joseph Mankai, former youth organizer Kentapono, Sanete. Afi shapa. Mi shauda. We a fan guy but won't to me. Okay, when you na him hu say nyame ahira me. Difference o. Udi no sane bono. Nanga. Sanja nanga. Okay. Bibia Kentampo te say. Kentampo boko. Mumposa so. Bibia boko. Makwan se mo de mo kwan ye. Ya kwan ye. Makwan ye. Ya kwan ye. One pin my mama never say.
Me MP papa.
Even say
Jakala.
Oh, okay.
You say Kwame Kuma.
Okay. Matias here. Matias, are you ready? There na person in home come.
Ya
Fitias. Me pese ye de you look at my kwanta no kan e fitias here. So we video no.
Yeah, me hwe.
Say what the kan that what e honsem kakra.
Makan bi.
Okay. Yanko. The okan ye no.
Your
first 10 minutes.
Mnia.
Yeah.
Yeshia yache.
Oh, nya bro, bima.
Gidi sa hoye.
Yeah, me too pa. Oh.
Say you communicate.
Me yango pa. Obo na mo de.
Ene maso medwome. So yonko no.
But na em nwa say ultimi lusu sa me say ade. Well, politicians they
nyame pen no.
Sir.
Fear delegates.
Yeah.
Na omo ajebre omo hwe ya so. Me chia we biara. The party pay for your regional chairman IB and your regional secretary Yura David Boache.
Okay.
And then the communication director for the region. Obroni any penifo omoka region ni na any communicators any regional constituency executives ni na mechem biara. First one na Yura amakwata aka kire Ghana for say sayenya abotre ejitumu eye e-living sadie nhihye ne tena anka ye road sector from 2022 January ebesi and now okasam anka there would have been an improvement in the road sector mejini so cancer on carbon because we share 2022 budget ye the major revenue measure eye internal revenue measure yankasa etwa yentua specifically on e-levy I been see that ye introduce ye ohwe bra finance minister call parliament the e-levy ho asem ko to dwana so kind document na e wo sika na ebenya no first na eye 1.75 the rate no ye ka se sika na ebeba no ye be generate na ya che sika no mu yade 1/4 of Sesikano, you're going to the road sector. And you can imagine Sesikano is 6.9 billion for the first year. That's which is Sikano Mumian. Okay, a move 2 billion Ghana City, Yadikura road industry. And say Ghana first year now, you 6.9, second year no. Nanka ebeko 7.5 or so. Third year no ebeko almost 9 billion. As a country, na say ye che ye sika no mu miensa, na say de baako say konya 9 billion in the third year. Na ye che mu miensa, na ye de 3 billion Ghana cedis. E de ko share ye road infrastructure mo a. Me gidi say nkanye enye kasa ye kan. Enti minister ni dika because one of the major revenue measure ye kan o 2022 budget mu e-levy apart from government workers ye tax ye tie any tax nkitenkiti bi a ye tie ye ka ho ye fuel ne de aka ni na o hwe one major revenue indicator nke benya pa ba ko e-levy na that notwithstanding wa unim say oman bia Ghana kan kwan ya ibefa so a ye benya sika abo oman no ho bra no eye either tax anase grant anase loan meboa nti from Kwame Nkrumah besi nne ya kwan ya ye o Ghana ha eye loan na dey. This is the first time wa aban bia ye say mame ankasa menye measure bi na menya mesika bi a embo fatim na say meko loan je kura na magikakra e dia soso na matimi anya the road industry and road sector no to be constructed but menim die see the first one a parliament bra ye kind budget that day na Haruna Edusu Soreka say he's serving notice to the minister say the NDC minority is not going to be part of the passage of this bill. That day, one minister and Kokra. Until from January, February, March, April, na
assembly that I one election of parliament. And that alone, bibi, carry signal to the Ghanaian people say, he live in a day banokrana enye. Bio in the law, he levy act no, a state exemptions. People are capitalizing on these exemptions. What I said here, for instance, some may transfer sikana free merchant to merchant here, mintua. And to say idea may transfer sikana free me wallet so the amawa mintua. What I say, inti why not say we become merchant or na me so ma come merchant or na ya send this kind through merchant. Inti though ya pass policy no, ya pass bill na na be emra. I say transaction be electronically but the other side of it, and I say we are going outside using the exemptions. Your project is 6.9. As at mean checking the current figure. But
last week,
only 7%. It was only 7%.
But I buy no bra or introduce E11. When your flexibility study 7, all these issues surrounding the passage or the introduction of E11.
Well, one will say
because I dare baby are not tenacity if you say never come.
One will say policy be anywhere. Policy be anywhere. Obenya 100% success. No, there's no policy. There's no policy. You better free suggestion. There's no policy. And there's no policy. Because nipa na ukako implement policy no oposo. There's no point I will be to me 100% say obi ati ase ansa na me dey about out. No. Ba onim ade ba kwa na me tena hakra kan asem no some time ago. Say o share the nature of parliament and ekita na e kan ho e na sa de ne be CDC. Because it is almost a hang parliament. Minority for the majority for e ba ko. Anka e first na MPP kita 169 6. NDC kita 106 now. And same way, minority would have just talked light on it and it will be passed. But then, raising nipa interest, the brave also to that extent. Nipa brave who cross exemptions were on the way. So
now
it gave us
a dodgy payment of E11. No. Now we'll cite example says from merchant to merchant. It means untria. Then okay, then you use Abra, you best serve payment of E-levy. And I may be say, I know what prevented the government because definitely, your stakeholder engagements, me one,
yeah,
whatsoever studies and research on it. Nti abana ye no wahunu say BBC betimi aba e possible say we betimi aba. Na say we ne ba kwan ben ye mfa so say de ye.
Oh, and I make for major stakeholder.
The government is blaming the NDC say NDC foreign account one man microphone to 11.
No, that is the
lazy
part. No, it's not the case. And the case.
Yeah.
The case in the say asama amena American and one what they acquisition. On say what they take bills and policies here are passed through parliament. Especially the 7th parliament. Obe say public concerns no because say abandon the biba minority back do they will say they will have all the critique on it. They will say it as it is. But major policy a major blow e-levy.
Why?
But nobody are dancing.
Why?
Why? Because the parliament we have today, okay, the manosa every parliament in the buy. Inti babia every buy no hona ema problem ni nyina ahase. You see, when you say e-levy abemra, say aban sample by the next election cry. NDC cannot scrap e-levy. No. Omuntimi inform pemu say then they are going to scrap e-levy. They are not. Omuntimi yes. But you see, the dynamic can be able to say. I was say yanka say who say. Or mine no say ye ni ya dia. Ya nyi ni yesu so dia. That is what we should understand. Amoakwata is not entirely blaming NDC. No, he's not entirely blaming NDC. Enya NDC for nkwana ekoye transactions. And enya MPP for so nkwana transactions. But they all cannot say that is a reality. A hard truth. Because they say, "Abai no deni re akwa e-levy mu say etimi baya." Say na ebe no, ye beche mu miensa. Na de fa baako e de akwa ye yakwan. E na emmai. Say ye ka say because of downgrade na credit ratings are downgraded Ghana no. Uti. Ama access to international capital market. A problem. Nti say you won't mean capital market. Once o internal revenue measures ya wahyehyɛ sɛ obɛyɛ no ɛno so a problem. So where do you go as a government? You see, the best I bet by say I think me can say be minim say wa ha say na say a different station. Me can say the exemptions na wo e-levy no na edos. Because opekaya bra parliament friends the minister of finance call parliament call can 1.75 na remittance in war remittance ya o wa bruchira obi send wa ni nyina na e ka ho. But omo ne mpanimfo share omo minority for share ya no omo resist this consensus ena omo scrap free ho. First one na remittance omo yi free ho. Second one na rate na 1.75 omo te so de ba 1.5 and several other niema na ewo so enti aban ni tie. But then say me den kamenya at that time anka some of the exemptions first korana we count bank transactions bebre na ka ho ba mu yi bebre su e dey free enti omumbra dim the ministry of finance
who government and say MPP aban your listening government
they do listen.
Were raising these red flags right after the presentation of the 2022 budget in November last year. That very night, na Kwesi Amoah Rose Minister, Ebeka has a toll booth 37 across the country. Young closey, and you closey midnight that very day.
No, my man can't toll na semonchero. You see,
no, the Americans had it here.
Oh yes, sanity. And Emramuno, the road minister was not wrong.
Why?
Because a year old Emra was the act is there already. Act establishing toll booth on our roads. Emra parliament and our passing.
Okay.
Giving the minister that authority. Say obet me establish it and obet me say when we move for tools. And as a toll here we free. That power is vested in the minister.
Okay.
Emra parliament and a passing. And at any point in time, minister and me say o close to be.
I didn't your closely told.
Meba. Na me ka say
because we need time na so. Because I brought in this one.
It was not unlawful. It was not.
Maybe say e den nyina so no the closely told boot.
And na me ka say, na me person me explain it way. Or introduce tax. And who said
tax ban
e-levy.
Good.
And that the purpose was that we are going to take yakoyi sikani bi every e-levy e dia yakwan. And already toll booth no the air and also kwan nti or person lessen the burden of the payer till in that case media nsusu yemu de na nka e good na enye wrong.
You presented budget and no and I say we wait for the approval from parliament.
No, asama make no say two different things. The closure of toll booth no different from
what maybe our question. No, I'm coming. Maybe our question it's not different. Maybe our question say I didn't a Rose minister a close toll booth. And I catch him so introduce you.
No. He closed it to lessen the burden of the payer.
But you just said the same because a new tax product is being.
And I'm catching us the tax that was going to, coming from the
introduction of e-levy.
It's a tax.
And
the way
you're making the conversation difficult for me.
and take
your time. Maybe Busa say
you are over.
No, I'm not over anything. Maybe Busa will say why the closure of toll booths? Now say because of the introduction of e-levy. Mebwana. Until you close it toll booths no. Just to lessen the burden of the payer. That's it. But on your sanity. Good. And as I been every budget na wie. But na yem pass budget no. Budget so yem pass ya enya meye adwuma. Mebwana.
Now the budget passage, and I make sure say they are different in our country. Budget now we read a new tax was introduced. That new tax has to also go through a passage. Say Article 74 naturally. Say Mbra or the a 2B bar na a tufra. It was set Parliament or more. That for some time more debating on
budget.
Budget in the passage of the budget is different.
No, the budget ni na no kora whether components or whatsoever no me busa say budget ni na no say ye hwe parliamentary approval enye sa and adwena o cast ye close to good near pass budget no
na me can say you see asama me can no onye nti ase the me can say the minister for road.
Don't expect me to understand you. I'm asking you a question and convince me.
No.
It's based on the question I'm asking you.
The me can say you see the minister for road.
Okay.
Authority now no kitano. Onu won here approval from any other ministry. Okay, to establish or close a toll booth.
Okay.
Ebi ebehia ebi ana fine wo na order that da person ma.
But you rightly said because of the introduction of a new tax component.
A new tax was introduced and the intention was that they kokoye road. And existing one also a road.
Me da say mama fa we see.
Enti say obi a wo dwen o manfo. I said the idea was a perfect idea. But then say wo twa bibi. Na me ka say jaya. O kom na be han. The idea was not a bad one. But then, said the e-levy no kobai no. We are blaming the closure of the toll booth.
When him say a magana for bufui.
Oh, now idea
a trigger Ghana for bufu a can be and a Ghana for good friend saying e-levy enya the goodwill of Ghanaians a can be.
No, and a mechano.
Okay.
Unless of course.
But look at
unless of
you have your 10 minutes. Let's go. My brother has spent more than 10 minutes.
All right.
I'll make sure I give it to you.
Helped me to spend more than 10 minutes.
No,
you have spent 5 minutes and I've spent 5 minutes.
Let's go. Mami chair NDC executives from national all the way to the constituency. Titru regional chairman Yunus Osu. Very good, very good. And Ubibia Okahona, chairman of constituency, woman of member of parliament, lawyer Osu Elizabeth Ufuswajare. Many are made as a P. MP before the ban of Muhu say, a G tax idea quite, and another mamma G tax, or Mocas a nuisance tax. So, no must tax be or a nuisance. And to which tax is more nuisance than say, Obeji double tax. Then him the four catcher or said, the muye, it is amounting to double tax. Na tax no crano, unya etigo any category fan classify no, into munyai. Moso muntie ya kanchire mo ama opanyi or the say African Info Analytics I research there be to just say Ghana for about 78% say tax no omobonyo so entimu de ba nya de omobetua we nyina akoso ya kanchire mo moso da de mo pesa mo ye no eno ana mo be na Saudi no to nchen ha menua 10,858 kilometers Nana Akufo-Addo President Nana Akufo-Addo say why ye chan abai bia wo wiase na se na e-levy ni ho eno no wonya ska o he na ye ya enne de e-levy ntino e-levy busumi 9 pa e-levy ba ye ntino entimi nya kwan ohu omuntro no omunsam na eye ntro no a mre bia o madwen o say eno no mo de be dada Ghana fo na Ghana fo ato mo ase omo sha se bedi akonya since 2017 omo sem bia ye excuse from one way or the other omo di ntronko a di twitwade omo dedi kai mo se mo aye kwan 10,858 and omo itemize project ni nyina na omo de share inu na omo wura fi se kwan ya omo ye from scratch egusu kotale 168 kilometers and na kwan ya Akufo-Addo ba ye wa gusu kotal ya tutu kwan aye gata aye bridge aye eno ne kwan ya waye ne mom dia ka ni nyina from sport improvement reshaping resealing patching of potholes ni nyina na 10,858 no eno no wonya ska ohe na ode ya enne de gise e-levy aga na fo ntua nti no muntimi nge ni wura fi se budget ya de ko presidency edo so chan budget ya de minister no Kokohe from 2017, capital expenditure ratio sky they call capital expenditure ratio aban de ye adwuma wode ye infrastructure ene de call presidency de hene doso sika call presidency doso chen sky de 2 million pon na be na what my kwan na mo amuso my kwan chen aban bia afesu mu wie amuso 11 Ghana for 20 na muntumi nya kwan 11 su ba boso me 9 mpache wa hu de me kire na se nti omo nsam no ugine ho a wonte ase na enye me ngonwa se Nana Akufo-Addo amamoye a wode bae MPP ni bia ni ho a woyem from so a wo ka obeje tum da ohun se wo correct no onye ntum hwese ya semra this parliament and be rectify parliament na be jetum ansa na adimu nti se minister on the moral grounds no se wo tumi kura se wo ya of which it is very agreeable se wo tumi kura se wo ya then a chance obema parliament ade atum ansa na wayi na firi ho hwemra wayi firi ho no eni sika ya hwere eni na omo pese omo de ba na omo hu kwan me fa so de aba omo se kwa foforo me bi omo de 11 omo de tobu be kwa kwesi so kwan be na foforo Ghana ha enkobo kwan dadam but mi say ni what de make na se kwan be na e wo Ghana ha ya eno ya foforo a eno enkobo kwan dadam a eno de wo de tobu to be so also omo nsem ni nyina no omo it is broni be kan was is a spur of the moment.
Rose Minister say she support to Ilevia. They could have done better.
And I mean to say 10,858. And no one has gone in a year. Say na 11 ni ho. And na 11 ni ho. Ndi 11 4 months in omodi e kwan ni nyina. Sa 10,000 ni nyina. Embi so mu. 4 months in omodi ye. Adene ni nyina say say afufuro omobo. Tama na omo akwanya se nkomeya adwuma ma Ghana for no. No mu didi agro nti mre no so se Ghana fo bebi so mo se den no maye no afro mo bunto mu nya asem yanka na wudi ko se 11 den na 11 Ghana fo ntu eska no even 7% awunya na se eska ya Ghana cedis no ho sauti se 20 million Ghana cedis a obeti se eska ketua bi aduma ebetimi aye no 20 million Ghana cedis enye $4 million $4 million kwa be na ntimi nya wo Ghana ha se nti se muka se 11 7% here. 7% it could do 7% of the road in the country. Anameboa. And kura waje wan fanya adwuma. Na we mu sora mu say amon for 11. Na obi ya adwuma wono won so no. Onya de obedi no obedi di akotia so to. Uji to a make sure say amon for adwuma de omudi no. Omunya ho mfaso ekonkan. Say me fan say na me free anopa. Me ba fie na manyeska kakra to me ho a. So wo je me so bia wo je me 10 cedis me pia monten kwa adwuma na me ba na me nya 1.5 na 1 million na wo se me ntua 110 cedis mo be tax ha enya problem ame me nim se chena so me san kwa me nya bi me ne wo kase mo akasa mo ya mo ye bia wo fa ba bia wo conduct both quantitative and qualitative survey obi ya be ka just system no my den scanning system no ye ton ye nto obi a che se obi a hu kwa wo de na bra bo fa so. Now we have a casa and 11 kakra etua no so no mote se se kura de omu di free 100 cedis threshold no me ma send 50 cedis am ya temida the whole day 50 cedis na me send ya teme 11
what records no
ho se CI me bo se CI de gi se me no wi a me ye na me scratch na me call me mini statement se me delete ye there because and make can say
because I wonder. No, I wonder, sir. We have 50 cities. We have 100 cities. Kranos and 100 cities per yentil.
Ma send 50 cities. I'm at me. 50 cities. I'm at me. So, sir, and the Buruna Burburo Musuna, Omunya Samunka, Omumagana Frontier says, former President Kufo Obedia Kunyawi, December, somewhere November 2004. Now, Kachegan for say, O Nimse, Amamun Sanity, Uti a chira, unu different. Nti Ghana for mo fancheme what is say Akufo-Addo agina ba bia kase ade no mu ade nti Ghana for fanchene da
but somebody is supporting your claim
very good that is it yes was yes say yeshia wono a nya wono a yeshia na nka ya wu president Nana Akufo-Addo wu mo ba wo ba ya wu you are the worst no say wonim cement bo 73 Ghana cedis baby cement adunu no me ni me nua yi ye be dan yeso adimasi fie pa adwuma ye kwan be pa na obetima ya nye skati fie papa na obeka say nya wo anka ya wu a check percentage terms a wo beto sere na ton cement ana fuel ene nese nese ton no wo na wa ya ade ana wo na wa nya ade enso obeka say oh baby aduru no mu ne mu adenti won kasa da wo say enye ono anka ya wu so na wo nya ade wo mfum so nso ntina ma akoduru sa me no kasa ya fuel so international market opako
one barrel of crude oil
she say $93 $93 per barrel uko oilprice.com or google oilprice.com say crude oil price so and so still I feel mutu so move betum 7%. So adena mode Ghana for ekwa ahokyere musa. So we nyina achi no uwie na nka wonam kra na wo pa Ghana for achi say oh mo say your mama ka kire mo say hey munya ndi akonya ne dawo nti munnim de oho nti munya abotre trouble on say your mama si undi president na Ghana ni bia na benya president adi Mr. Enim ni padudu a yawo ya 31 million Ghanaians enyina na benya president adi enya kakra bi nti say undi president da na wudwa wanum etse de obi wo no onim de wo ya enne the reality is dawning on them oma wo say amamu no say nya numdwa eye nimde ene hyehyeye na edibu man so obedwa wanum a na e de ama na e de ma wo he bebi agoduru wa 4 months pen e-levy adi wo say enye e-levy a say etua e-levy nti nka 4 months say etua e-levy kura na munya 10 billion 4 months ya nti nka kwa be na obetimi de 4 months ya ye Mr. Ni won de me kire no because every good contractor be catch us kwan say even we got a scra no I will say it take about 1.5 months e ma no settle and son wa bompa say so nton fom na hwese adwuma wa ye no a take level a eno wo de no to ha and son wa be grading wo grade bi a wa compact so nti 4 months yanka e-levy se Ghana fo nyina agi tu mu kra na yetua e-levy na yanya 10 billion musumi nan a nti ka obetimi de esa 10,858 kilometers no nde de omude akwhye e-levy nti Ghana fo mahu no kre na hu se se banche enya ne hunu na edehwe eja na be kire ese yeri tumi ma omu obi ahu se sa na NDC fo ene jo mama na yeso won faso che omu bebre
29 for August 29 for that and 31st
and first very good
29 now oil price is $104
as at 29th of August
29th.
And now say
and then first
and then say
and then so no we go some check but also oil prices climb higher on larger than expected crude draw
onse Brent ho na crude wo ho nti ni me no obema difference no nti Brent na 104 na say crude no crude okay 104 anyway
but yanko
nti me ne wo kase mpokura say 104 a kai hu ni say sabre ya yeto crude $104 no sa so na Minister of Finance where budget for 2021 no or budget $64 and o ka kire say
2 minutes account dey no home because of
mate Minister of Finance ka kire say o mo budget $64 per crude oil and this in case say e kosoro a e benya windfall say kosoro a e benya windfall if you say de ye kura na ye de 13% na brofo no de mai no say ye koton a ye 13% no say kosoro a ye benya sika no bia beka ho me ne wo ka say Algeria for budget $80 e ba say jump ko $100 and plus no omo koton ba ye no omo make sure say Ghana Algeria jumani bia no omo de $100 e kan sika ho na Ghana ha de yi a yenya windfall e koya ko even $136 per barrel eno sa sika no windfall na ebeto kakra na e wo so no eno wo de ye de ne ma Ghana fo say eguzutua e top petrol board din dis
Jifa speaker sauce and mixture ayumre mema lawyer no e ma yina adam fo no ebeboa be ma bia be ma strong man adwuma saa bura saa we hu osere saa say me do wo ni na say wa ma na feel so your ba be ma da bia me ka say so no yiri hia na oba no tutu papa so a wo ba ne nche kwa no pa mo because I say wo no o se da hu on me chiro no but so hia da bo adwuma ye hu say yes nice man here nice woman here I don't pay me kan wa say me chiro and me so busy so me say o ko da ipe bi no jifa speak up so mister o sori na honam ye o ya ase ya bo e to betwa we maybe an wabre o to be ka kan wabre we are athletes we are footballer you know we are hard work be jifa speak up sauce jifas mixture bacho ni di yame pa GIFAS jifas o ko drugstore ka chiro me say edo na ma no mo asepe o mo no upebi edo na be ma no ma na ni mo nyama gina no upebi ebe boa pa baby no ate now send the WhatsApp and text messages bring me 0545 276046 0545 276046 share so mari be saying 0545 276046 na ye nin komo bia wo se di anwumre now the message ba making kan e dia ma ye gu so ye din komo ya hwe ene dia ye request am akonta be kai ye di hun komo beti yan ko the next topic na for messages bra yeah I give you 10 minutes and even over.
Quick,
I'm still going to give you time. I know na me show
Langa, say dey trade dey enko ne o.
And to come from I so akaka. But na to come from and you know I'm giving you additional 10 minutes I'm giving you additional 10 minutes. We are moving to the second topic. You should review.
But I have some few concerns.
I'm giving you 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes. Let's go.
Well, I will say, Minu Kasano, or Kase, Sika ko presidency, no, a dos Sika de ko route. Unim say, Winimo, my man can say, if you go to Office of Government Machinery, men can't say Sikana or Canon American once. The offices that are within the Office of Government Machinery. And yet, presidency in a government machinery. It is almost a budgetary allocation because a government machinery. I don't think it's going to the office of the president. Ghana is Commission, National Identification Authority, the Scholarship Secretariat, and many other offices, which all these offices also a function. What I say, so the mere fact say, maybe who sika bi say so which your figure is wrong do who say sika bi so na call Office of Government Machinery. I don't think say you call Office of the President. That is just a little education. Number 2, say oka say abayne so oba be tolu new rules ya. It is not true. Oh Mr. Romeba minister na e kan we or parliament or say all PPP rules, public private partnership rules, these rules are to be told. Specific. Enya kwan bia no ka say new rule bia oko aya fufulu so and no president e ko inspect sa kwan fufulu so through to Bunjai ebe kachi Salaga Tamale road at Bunjai sa wafa kwan na so nim Salaga to Tamale to Salaga asema making a new road sa kwan a purely government of Ghana funded program project. They are not going to tow that road. A new road, a virgin road here. Try to crown faso. They are not going to tow that road. Unim say, Ubatana Kase, ye the taxi bra will be a hot chere. Brabena NDC time more by mono, more introduce policy be by way of tax. In fact, more time no introduce more taxes. Time wa ye introduce tax no. Na Ghana phone na ensa eso machiana. No. Na Ghana for one so much so mumia the tax na buy. It is so better na for expediency no be ka say ye introduce e-levy no Ghana for ho kire omo na we are not saying say obi a ho kire no ye nka sa me nkasa da me so me nipa market ya okọ no ho na me so meko fuel a oto no eno na me so meto what you say cement hwe anope be ka say minim me shada ye composition of cement. Then the cement. When you say ade ba akon the cement, clinker.
Yeah.
Now you country I produce clinker. Clinker no Portland, Vietnam, Thailand, China, Japan, Indonesia. omo na produce clinker koko bi say Ibrahim Mahama so ye ne cement jata cement no he na okoto cement paper is produced from India. Cement paper ye ka say limestone idea cement. Vietnam, United Arab Emirates, Malaysia, silicon was cement mu no. Silicon, China, Japan, and Germany. Omo na ye sa nyama wi. So many other things for ho. Countries are mebodin. But country ba kwa ene obeka wo wiase say ono de no ho tono a ne manfo bo siri hehe okwa nioma na nka ye produce kakra no bikura akulu so mo factories a mo ntimi produce a kakra ye benya tono so no ya pejam. And that is the reality we are facing today. Minia enye say bia obi betena ha na osere na o no ho atono ana say ye ho teye na yeka. The reality of the matter is that tibia ye wo mu nei NDC mu fa mu anka mo aton Ghana. Tibia ye ti mu 2013, 2014, 2015, 16 na atorenche mbe na si oman mu a. Dem poti na si ya na eye hu say oman no asi apini. Enso mo hu boto ano na mo de kura kwahye. That is the reality. Etienne President Kase no policies ne programs ya wode atoto akwan mu 2017 18 19 ansa na covid eba na endra na me catch obi say so we the impact of Ukraine and Russia ntokwa ya obi be kasa say bomb bi amba in this propaganda but endra me kan ya de bi peace bi me refi man fa banka me kan ya ma watifo the effect of Russia Ukraine war on Africa, and they will tell you say over the net importer of wheat in Africa, the net importer, Egypt, Morocco, Ghana, and in Nigeria, or more import wheat if we sama so. It is all corners of no boy. Now because the Kufuado are buying aya, then it means I wouldn't even walk. Because you do it to Hasi. You see, when you make come what you say, or how na ye famuno. The external factors are more than the internal factors. That's why we should understand as a country. So what you say? Now, Mamin fa MBV free SHS the free SHS. Me de bia me can say, asamoah ye be kan efa nwuma suya ho no me kasa efi makuma. If you say sabiu enye sukua nke bia and yente ha nti time bia ye kan nwoma suya ho asem a e wo se ye kan na e kan no sade etie de di kan bra President Akufo-Addo born in 2008 ne campaign message ba ko na idea hini pa na Ghana fo agina tumu ba ko ene se wa hu se Ghana fo nkwala edu ene ko school JHS omu hwia omu nya kwan ekọ ntoaso school no eye secondary school no eye be yensia na enan na aka no enye se bia nimdie na omu ni bie nimdie no wo ho na mbom sika awofo de betua ne school fees ne aka no eneni ho nti so ba saade no be yi afiro ene aban a odi osia ye woyo a oba aban mu less than 10 months in office I want to implementing a major policy. It's a free SHS. And I'm catch it. Say there's no policy in this country. A bind be implemented here. Ebeka say 100% in terms of success rate. Unyana sa. Free SHS by me research bi. Na research no e ma me ku hu sa document wi. Ma me no your friend Dr. Adwa Kwajiriba. Or Chirade ewo Takoradi Technical University. Or ye research bi FA free senior high school implication to education access equity in Ghana. We or ye no ye no over page 74 of that document here. Or chre nkwala omunya kwan etwe BC in 2015. Sa kopim 2019. Na omo twere za BC no omo timi pass ye anka nyame ye omo adoma nko mbekọ secondary school omo a omo so nyame ma omo kwan awo mutumi course secondary school. And it tells you that in 2015 out of over 440,000 omo try BC, you know. Nkwala omo pass yen 415,000. Mini awuti. Na nkwala 415,000 na omo timi e pass yen no. Nkwala omo nya akwan call secondary school in 2015 over 290,000. Nti nkwala omo ntimi anko no a omo akotena fie bibinti omo atena fie no the percentage is 27%. Na ohwe bra ye introduce sa policy in 2015 omo pass exam no 424,000 omo mutimi call secondary school no 361,000. It tells you that out of nkwala omo atimi atwere no omo mutimi nya akwan call secondary school no was so. Na hwe anwonwasem baako in 2018 out of 486,000 na omo twere no nkwala mutimi call secondary school no 433,000, an increase over almost 100,000 students. Into 100,000 na omo free 2017 to 2020 no and kenya free education a kana e hye na nkwala bintumi nko no ankasa nkwala be 100,000 omo anya kwan anko plus omo sane nya that 400,000 na ekoye no plus that 300,000 na omo sane koye no that is 400,000. Into the American na say the policy is a good policy, but from day one president yaje to bra 2018 enrollment no course ra omo introduce double track system. President kan said it has been a challenge and abayi man who 7 years to take off that double track policy. And that was the roadmap to education infrastructure.
Okay, enough for this year.
Yejitum. You see, Obia, somebody can catch us say, Abayi eti, bra, Obia can, oh, I was some such a new. You see, we are not against the word review. We need to say we should review free SHS. Then, okay, which part of free SHS or say review? But President Abiy say or pursue yes stakeholder engagement. Yenye dialogue. Let's dissect the free SHS. Yentenase. Yensin kunwa yene penifo ntenase. Say funding of the free SHS na a problem. How do we tackle the funding aspect of free SHS? Say infrastructure and a problem. How do we tackle the infrastructure problem? Say ye ebia a tuition and now boarding and lodging and a problem.
Earlier no now government na ready say we no nyina no obepeti.
No. But when you say policy you see you always have a time frame. Ube review policy. Policy be anywhere. Afebo. Edu baby a. What tenase. Na wahwe ni ekoso. Okay, ehia sa kiremu a na waye.
Okay.
Nti de Ghana fo nyina aka. President ati. Se bre na du. O se yensi nkonwa. Obi amfa na adwenbra. Kwan ben na be fa so a. Me de I am forever for it because ade beboa ama homasua agina brane. Ama ya maso dachi agina se de peno no. Ade nyina e wo se ne pia.
G-Fast P capsules and G-Fast mixture eboa e matan. So hono. Oba na yere da bia omoko oba na ni kunu omoko bomodi apɛ G-Fast P capsules and G-Fast mixture mom no nombe ntokwa da twa be ma ne mo no homoden enkoye wa mre so minu yesi wo kwa me ma ne ba ko no de akofie but look at last time ogene de konom strong man come on sha ono bi da baby no we ya wo papa hey
o de never di agro
me dem friends say me
I know the rough me nada no
adoi me friends say me sia
I thought that ube di ho adanse onipa mu a ya na omudo omo ni mienu
na so mo sa aka na
yes anke be ka no dwam so anu eden
ayo
ye papa
baby no hwa de wo de wa hwe firi gadochi
e ba system no me ne o
na wo dem say adura ba system o man say ne be si ne and say uzen ko bi start adwuma bi nanka ekoso a no afrafrem na ye basa until any hwe because ikanaba dabi from day one afa kwa na anokrompo san ye den na no mbusa producers ne say na ade na momfa new enton no me say asa no ye den che aka no me say brebia no ye maintain quality making sure say we are adding some more. Now I'm saying if a new boss there, we still are GFAS. Pebinom, Obanom, Bermanom. Shall we say, got to catch you now, or so? Now what the tissue? I saw ne Berman Atenano. Because a whole now Bob Bapo, took I said, pause, BCC home. A pie.
And I know who no money.
No, I'm catching out. Obedience so we are, Bill has yet, much of free the Berman back. Pebinom. As I said, sir. We didn't mean no anyone near grey because of Sanya Manintira. And a pay insurance. Jeffers P capsules, Jeffers mixture. Baluka,
yeah, Minia.
Yango, you have your 10
minutes. Me that's I say the young couple as I say. Nana Kufoda Kasa Jetu say Obeguni free education. Your mama ka says so when you're quenya no bar or be review no. Nana Kufoda say your mama so be chem, Adaya also be review. Ntina ne ntia se ne se review che se betwem na wonim professor obi a way professor so professor can be for education ho I don't think say a layman obetimi a challenge no de dikan Professor Ivan Adaimensa former vice chancellor at University of Ghana Legon Ghana is point kese the toss be Professor Ernest Eyite also we vice chancellor her Professor Stephen Ade Almighty Kwame Sefakan who senior brother Kwame Sefakan we MPP ni Kwame Sefakan
one that MPP ni
Kwame Sefakan
one that MPP
oh me we MPP ni we dey emfa no to
we dey mo brand say ya
oh we clear MPP we MPP ni me chia na nyumre
is NDC for one MPP ni
Kwame Sefakan Ken Oforiata na ti asama Ken Oforiata kai also, the free SHA policy must target the vulnerable ones who lack the financial capacity and allow those with the means to pay for their children to continue paying school fees. And also, I to say there must be changes in the way the policy is being administered in the future. The issue of free education, I don't think it is something that any of us can compromise on. It may be that there have to be changes in the way which we administer it. I can't take my child to Achimota or Odogono and then leave him or her and drive away. And Ken Oforata cannot pay anything while I can pay for 10 people. So interview when Uyonku Bernard Avle and a grant interview say, or say, Onim Nintre was a one Ken Oforata or then the Babako Odogono Secondary School and Achimota Secondary School. Now what done and Kofi Adanya is a free education. Wamrekwa wono betime atua nipa du sika enso na ese wono no onko fi ntine e wose omo ntimi ntua no aban tua mo na omo betime atua no so no omo tua we na onko Professor Ernest Eyite so a entie de ono so kan Professor Ernest Eyite was the government needed to be realistic that public finance alone will not be sufficient to sustain the program. Atiefo Muntieni you, Professor Ernest Eyite, where Vice Chancellor at University of Ghana Legon, one on the organizing forum, say, or Pese Ghana for Neno, Eshiane, Twatwabin, na baby Adri, I think at the 3.3 billion, and a sponsor free education. A bedroom rebi eskasebe deno, entimi sponsor, and I abandoned to me for Ninti Ebegu, Inti baby Adri, a month for Neno, and Twatwabin here. I have not seen anywhere around the world where people go to modern schools for free except in Ghana. Today, how do you tell someone to go to Wesley Girls, go to Infansepim, eat 3 times a day, but do not pay anything? I am worried about that. Professor Ernest Eyite. Openyi baku a friend Israel Titi Ofe. I also a tax consultant Titi de onusu kai. Or forum nasi. Or see, if we all contributed to the building of our nation, then those down there who cannot afford should enjoy free education, while those in the upper class must pay.
So, which of the areas in free education are we to review?
Very good. Nana Akufo-Addo, you can't say a review. No, son almost see your mama so with him. And then they were just to say a review.
So,
Kwame Sefakan say. Was it me can't quite miss if I can some men in the yard.
Now, can hold you?
Maybe, was it? I mean, okay. de di kan say free school uniform no e wo say awofo ne fa ho ka
okay
school uniform no a ye sheko school no e wo say awofo e ne fa ho ka eno efrim boarding school or say we call the whole world international high standard of education Britain for free uko Britain na so we be da boarding a utua boarding ho ka tuition at the children de and they buy me fa ho ka ma ntu pese o ba da boarding say na o pe bia na wo feed na na o say fa ho ka ba che wanu de me kire no nti say we ma wo ba esa atade a o say na otoma no o te ase books abai na be fa ho ka ba che wanu de me kire no curriculum ana what they say textbooks ni bibia no abai be fa ho ka tuition fee abai be fa ho ka excursion fee abai be fa ho ka but uniform fee boarding fee what they say feeding I say awofo na fa ho ka asem kwame se fa ka e ka asem otoa asem court kakra medema we professor NS it the same thing and on so ka say o see the whole world the whole professor wako kira de Harvard University wa brochire ka bibi for education ho a yen ye wo ha yen nkura as layman wo ne hwan say wo be challenge no na no ba omia ukohia emabunu bi a wo see there is no way we will review free education and then our boss so abeka say we need a holistic broader consultation in free education wa kwap him afraid they know who say the reality is dawning on him minia 7 billion Ghana cedis udi wura free education mo say awofo efa ho ka and awofo tua 3.5 billion na awofo 3.5 inti nkasa 3.5 billion no say statutory payment abedo wa wuntimi ntuaye no nti ka wuntimi ntua kwan ya wodo contractors omunye contractors asese omunye ma ene nananum akoka che president say akwan wodo a wodema contractors omunye no contractors na firi so o ma firi akwan no so nti wunima aye ka kire wo nti nkasa 3.5 billion wuntimi fa mo e ka we a wo se jomama because of political expediency nti no jomama se obetwam review chese betwam na Ghana for yenyan samtwere for moment ma ke say hey na nya sa na te jai agura wudi no na nibre sam na ye ka no review chese betwam review chese be yan sakraye na watimi account to amafo 3 ma Ghana for agi wadi say jomama se obetwam and now I will say we need a holistic broader consultation no enye twa na obetwam no so wo so obetwam and I will review no the entisa entimina baby aduri yeah consultants what they say what they say economic consultants ebeka say enya kono say ometena Ghana ha adan a wo say so omutu omofo a Dr. John Kwachi ne kasa say wo say omutu aban no for say anamo amutu edi sikasem ho kire bebrewa oka omonfa educationist a whole person beat here Mr. Stephen Ofe our gym director Professor Ivan Adaimensa Professor NSIT Mose review nya sa ebedru ba bibi ne wo be pem te say de wo de ka kopem ayi no wo se wo mfa na de na ba ya fe de wo so be review
adenti na yentimi njai sa do I call it blame game or apportioning blame on whatsoever accusations and those things? Na yenhwe say review if there is the need. Is it the time to review free education?
There is the need.
Yes. So what do we review? Which of the areas? Na yenjai na we antiase na we can we know. Yenhwe no to na yenhwe say if we are to review free education, which areas?
Sir, o ma me kwan ka me kan asema tama kenofurata koka
kan wodie no
ela me kire say kenofurata ne Ken Ofurata ne Bernard Avle granted interview here no was say from a unanimous anonymous person from the Flagstaff House say asama Ken Ofurata no ne kanu no nemom obema opposition fu anya political to other kwati omo asama ye no kore na wono ohwe Ghana sika sam so a bosumi bia wonim sika abegu ye futuma wonim sika ebetimi de abo Ghana bra wono wo ka no obi ti ho se obema opposition fu anya omo nti nyemre papa mutama asama wo kan nyemre papa enyemre wo so kasa asem no a no anim omo anim se de ekoi ɛyɛ ade a ɛmoa Ghana for
enso no ya frɛ wo ne sɛ baluka for wadwene bra ye pese review free SHS
oh na me tell
die na wo ka bɛkɔ
na me tell say uniform na aban afa ho ka no
I am very much interested.
I was so ma awofo aban awofo for mu uniform so say uniform no ye list o ye factor no into the budget but uko school mu a me offer say me dey no ko school me mo school no di uko be ka kire say aban de na nyama nti ebe ya yakofa bi aba ye ton nti twenu bi aban de no ba na de aka no nti aban de no ba ombe ni ansem no bi wo ha enya asem kuma na the medical chato no say oba fa no say wholesale ye mo mu nyina nko say uko United Nations Convention G or they say sustainable development go for no kire say we must from the year 2020 we must have a quality education, quality secondary education. Let's ask ourselves,
don't be spectators, be citizens. Are you a citizen? 0591228584 0591228585 0208440943 Baluka so no nye spectator or citizen ordinary no abisi ma mente won so nka 0591228584 0591228585 0208440943 send a message na ka ina be so 0545276046 and I heard the high CIA ya so wan ka so there ya frasa na ka safri na mintie me dofo hello good evening we did the say na ka safri na mintie
I'm fine in Kimpozo new.
Ken Mamenti Owain.
Kimpozo de Chishimaya and Mikasafi.
Yentio.
You me that thing. Mamintia Obibia, Namintian Pipino, Machama contents of Macham. And the American say, Mamintian and Ahamswan, but then an Obianum Coso. The American say, Nema Kunta last and begin over Cassa. Your mom say oba obeying here na mementia because free education nebano ala se mo mukabuya albert bakubaku 17 here free education 419 and quality education so that this the movie biano se mugunu because etiha and I had insurance most of them review most of na they all own a back and a tuning, and it's a president say a review now because President trying a new choir say be or yeah my by the MPP in a bit mama for education I correction and this is don't bomb kunu and a person near Maswa El Cosrono then be more some make a nipa ye you go near my boss of Bakun and Bakomuda and don't come and my boss Kuko you can never go there El Cosro and of the any classes are upper yase COVID a buyer and a Russian in Ukraine to guide Abba. And you see, one faces classes when you
okay, yeah, for a frost and access free name into you.
Hello?
Yes.
As a frost on class tomorrow.
Patrick Frost say,
and friend of the Noya money.
My into
you. Peter, Pana, to do Africa. Obakasa. Yeah, and Pepe, no. So, Obi a politician, not Aquina, I got tell radio swell. And you want to see the support to parties in Tino. And the friends of our own, no to Kuni Penny. The Omine entity, per se, your man require anything. Tell me Obawi or Pedema, not Banchabad and the whole group in the two. Or Punset is two of a penal. There's all far, double by a talk on about Ompe or Bepu. What of before? I'm a man for Abama Molly. And yet, a man who was here, there was some child that was saying, to quack. Russia, and you can 24 February by him. A bad then and what you have my account him. Never was a chat to not know for the one year yet. Bahama can't never decide. Tobacco, the board of Granite, 9 cities. And then we decide tobacco for 46 Ghana cities.
Yeah, that's it.
The question I say,
you. Your friend said, Nakasa Freni and you.
Hello, good and David, Catafre Walker.
My anti opening.
Amisha. Said Yamini Arabic Canada, I say, Yamay dominate your opportunity about is what.
Mama yendi kan o man ho kane. Hwɛ ɔman mama I was before e de no bo komana I was before respect no I was before santo mama. Where the papa we be catch before biara abam free education mudi mirika kuku free education na why and me I get back and no frustrated and really am kolani di pa yo and no man could be I said better so when you issue mama can 2020 mudi papa na tem kasatiano papa no ba do good free education and next mo ni say mo sem and be NPP for and do mo saka bi asa no me o me do mo saka na jegu be dem ko ye wo ma ban me strategy so ne mo tum futuro e gutima fo ni eni yan mo bi mo NPP asam biara yan fa bi MPP for no man some yan TVM because yan we so many truth MPP for can correct MPP by our so our governor we need to know it woman gwanam omo so work here and COVID-19
yeah that's it your first and like I said for me too
but I mean they look because of you about profit but papa you can say 11 and 100 cities are amonti opua 11 and 100 cities are more type of an MPP for your mon cano quarry your mon cano quarry
yeah first and like I said for me too hello your first and like I said for me too
good evening.
Good evening. Your first and Naka Sefrin Yentio.
Yeah, I feel like make a Kumase.
Yentio.
I free education as me. Yeah, education. Yeah, tomorrow education. Yan Kwani Bexi as it. Yeah, the Bexi, you want it. Share Mahama before Mahama left 2016. Now, or see gradually free. That day students almost here 73. It will be a 76. Nobody students you have 234 cities. And now also a gradually free. And I hear Papa buy and Wabe the Dia Hunyan. School. No prepare now your muye. Any idea musia. Any examination your choose to say the Kodaya. Yes, access no, but quality. Abong a big cry. It is a ye don't call that the goomsa. Now, Jimmy, no bone sana, what is the quality they are producing for it? If he review no dear, I just to be on the brothel and the brothel, and I send also brothel nothing. Not Muhammad Cafe, so back or bar or better review. And I should be review. Now I say or bar review no test or good camera. Young one pine 2024 no Emra. Now Muhammad Bar. Only review just say good camera. It's a concept provision.
Yeah, France and Marcus are friendly and you.
No, Obagobi, Batonio Kintampo.
Yentio.
Mamenda was a Babencha with a former youth organizer, Joseph Nanga. Babenchana Numbripa. Now, Obagobi Wadaroma, Babenchana Sahine, and Namicha Regional Secretary, David Yawachi, Namicha Communication Director, Obruni Sumaminchana Numbre. Obagobi. My younger NDC frontier, say. Or my kitchen, to be a yabako for you. Now, say, oh, to mean the year be pepper dear Maya. NDC front come one tomb. NDC front come one tomb, not gamma for any side. Because NDC, you can't say you can't. 16 years, yes, you go 9 in our power. It's so big, and not going to put me so. Yes, demonstration. So we over Kaya will be practiced a kind of Penima Amaso, I was sorry them. Never. Obi case a kind, say I would say, or Mammy Hawk, pop the Petro, and you so. Obi case a kind of Penima Amaso, I was sorry them. Yet you remember, or catch your own to be a no Ababa said. Saturday, a Jessica, and the quiet bars rounded. Million Jessica, and the quiet concerned. You got to come one day, Mr. Allow us to come.
Okay.
That's what to meet.
Yeah, Papa for your first and I can say free in you.
A brand CSK to Fupraso, our central region.
Me and you.
You. And you made a mintia MPP in North Toronto. Papa no Wakasa, Mameniaje Papa, Papa no Utmuso walking kind power, Nimade. I mean, share NDC for your throw on my break. Share more sanko fully. One or more cars free senior high, this is a 40 years a time a day. That time no more cars free senior high in a year. No organa professors will have a brew. Oh, it's near mechanical free senior high in a day, baby. Oh, common to I'm a president and I don't cook for what you will give you when you move our dep or baby president company and pass all this free senior high about my year enjoy. Share NDC for more BBA. And come also motor gale, but tobacco crowd the common schools now. And can you a review Nibiana what I say? What's one among your share? More brothers to do some of the poor my way. Your crew has a price for her. Costa, why, yeah, and this is a costa at what price when you're you like the Nickelback for no wood, 3,000 Ghana City. Like they show, once you so here, and so that would be like the more money yet. You hot warm or many your doctor in that your junior into so Mamma will mine pass you Mahamas will be 4 years and walk with Yamin Pemusi at 12 Aman view. No one yet 20,000 over the
your frost and Naka Sefri, I mean you. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Evening.
Who did the send Naka Sefri into?
Advocate Gibre.
What's your first say?
Advocate Gibre.
I shall move Pejana didn't come, Mamma. Hello? Last call I frost and Naka Sefri name into you. No chat all.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Last person, your frost and Naka Sefri name into you.
This one is fresh about that.
What's the Hello?
Bolga.
Okay, meet you.
Yo, good afternoon. Atama, Yamika, Yamimbo, Edwapa away. When did the program, I mean, class over, political program require and you better say, and you do another way. I would say, Ghana, you'll be a mile outside the corner. Don't go with them, because you know, and this is present so. And this for only Ghana for one. And I enter for Ghana for that, and this was saying Ghana for. Former president, I can say, in review, we share some of the year up. So the, you know, free education, no queen, no. We say that. She says at one part, who we are called JSS. Not only research that, who call for the foundation, I have we say a character make us a MPP and that's a MPP. The best never just a carry share. After Ghana, I have because a young minor and calling I tell my car on a money.
Yeah, that's it. Your fancy. My main count messages need enough for your fans. Sorry, you may. Jiffas speak capsules and mixture. You may only correct my anymore. Near the Jumadine bro. My main count messages need be. And also, dear better. Okay, let me see what I can do now. Wait there, what dear bar. Was it good evening, Mr. Host? Please, have you seen how the NPP communicator was struggling to answer your question, sir? Please. He was saying the minister scrubbed away the toll booths to release burden on us, but they quickly increased DVLA certificates. Example, roadworthy by 15%. NPP communicators always think we Ghanaians can't reason far. Boss, it's true. I sent 40 CDs, Momo transfer, and I was charged. Now NPP know that paying tax is vital to them, but to the previous government, it was not vital. Sezil inside Nkoko, sorry. Operator from Ejiso Abense. What a good program today. May that say. We say, I'm Daniel watching live from Esukese. Tell MPP man to keep quiet. Ghanaians are crying with their poor mismanagement the economy. Anyway, good evening, Mr. Host. Please, have you seen? I think I have read this message already. We say good evening, Mr. Asamoah. With the little we get from e-levy, government start the construction of Fufuleso Bujai Road, connecting Damango to Salaga, his hometown. For JDM, attacking Supreme Court Justice there. Someone should remind him that he is a statesman, not a serial killer. Inside Techimai. We saw there what they are. In 2018, Vice President came to Agbogloshi market and promised that they would make the market most beautiful in the country. My name is Johnny from Tudu. We say good evening, bro. Please, my name is Daniel. Please, the NPP man is a liar. The limestone is produced in Ghana here, a town called Otopolo, Somenya. Also, I expose you. Okay. We say good evening, sir. Please tell the NPP man to stop deceiving the nation. We are tired of those stories. Mr. Baluka, I salute you and the whole team. Mr. Holly from Hawaii, Volta region, thank you. We so good evening. MPP has failed Ghanaians. 2024 is for NDC. My name is Ras Al Hassan, Techiman Mampusi line. Reverend, tell the NDC man to learn a modern political depth. Ghanaians aren't interested to bring back John Mahama into power again, because if they can't collate a simple election results, how can they rule Ghana again? Never again. JDM. Kudos to Nanga Joseph for his good submission. Pato Nidieni. Hello, good evening, boss. My name is Nana Jima from Kwadaso. Kwadaso Jinase, please. Ghanaians are quiet, waiting for 2024. MPP will kick out. Wow. Yeah, that's it. 10 seconds. Yapon.
Better for more or my friend. I know almost what my text message in answer. I say. Now, yes, sorry, so no. A quick one, I say 2017 to 2022, 5 years. Every policy will be at the baby. At least you should give it a space of time. You start, you observe, observations. Now, a group of beer must it is not out of place 5 years down the line within the implementation of the free SHS. You can't say you go straight to review. We are going to hear what the stakeholders have.
Thank you.
From there,
Baluka, 10 seconds, Yampon.
But be a bit more.
Also, Omunyo from Zone 2. And every day they behave condescending. Bibia, Omunim Chobia, or young from Sokran or Yintum. With regards to education you review in 5 years, either 10 years or 15 years. Because more implemented and sana ebe take shape no. 3 years and sana wunya full complement. Nti affair na wanya full complement na rani 2 years. Nti ubeda kasa
why were you giving the pressure? If that is it, then why were you giving the pressure?
Oh, that be
then the pressure you were giving was needless.
Yes.
Anything I say about planning.
No, it's not.
It wasn't planned.
When in Saudi, then give them.
They were here accusing NDC say. NDC ekwa recommended sugar for when we are ready. Who the school, who the free education man, who the school die?
But I say,
accusation na make
Globe TV. Yapon, omina you be a microphone if you look at Sakramba. Jifas pick up and Mr. Any Ebinom Pacho Toby. Wouldn't be a boapa. Jifas Mr. Any pick up sus. Are you ready? May I say, on behalf of the crew, Evans, Mike, Noah, MCR. Nana J. Joan production, Medini KOFI ASAMOAH. Gabi and Kevin in charge of the cameras. Yedi watch now. Good night.
Nipa na pono krana. Bese mi kumya na sheye muma. I promise somebody address you. Yeah, yes, I okay. Yes, am I okay? Rabbi Hena go to